All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the fourth episode of the Go Throw Show, brought to you guys by Flight Factory Discs. Go check them out at flightfactorydiscs.com, or if you're in the Florida area, they do have a brick and mortar shop with over 20,000 in stock. Check them out. Big thanks to Flight Factory Discs. Today, I am joined by the fresh new player of the year, Ricky Wysocki. That news just came out.
Yeah, just dropped earlier today. It's pretty exciting. I was talking on the Pro Tour, and we were chatting back and forth. We also got an interview talking to Jamie Thomas at DGN, talking about the Player of the Year award and what it means to me, and I'm here today to also talk about it. So I'm glad to be accessible for you guys.
Incredible to pull it off in the way you did, man. You had a fantastic year this year. You took down 4 Elite Series events, 2 Silver Series, and then you took 6 second places at Elite Series events. It seemed like you were in contention the entire year.
Yeah, no, the first tournament that comes to mind is Dickerson played amazing at the Green Mountain Championships, and as he does, Dickerson's in the top level amazing player. But I definitely made him sweat at the end. It was he had to execute a shot
on 18
at 18 to get the win. But yeah, it was I made moves. I chased people down when I needed to, and I closed out tournaments when I needed to. So I won from multiple different ways in tournaments, and I held on to wins as well. So I think it was just a true sign of consistency this year. Consistency at the top level is tough, and I realize what it takes, and I'm proud and thankful that I put myself in gave myself that many opportunities to win tournaments.
Yeah, so many opportunities to win tournaments. The big one that comes to mind for me is Belton. You and Paul battling it out. You guys are up by over 10 strokes on the rest of the field. It's just you two going at it.
Yeah, it was. That was the beginning of the year, and me and Paul were both feeling it that week. And that's kind of like olden days. Me and Paul battle each other out, and it's we kind of separate ourselves sometimes. Obviously, that's not how it is all the time. There's lots of great competition out there this year and years to come, I'm sure. But me and Paul definitely still have our moments, and we really battle when we're at our game, top of our game.
Yeah, you guys, you've been rivals. You've butted heads almost your entire careers. But is it safe to say that neither of you would be as great as you are now without each other?
Oh, yeah, that's 100% the truth. I think that it raises the bar for him and what he knows. He knows he's got to go in this offseason and work hard, and because he knows I'm doing the same.
Yeah.
And that's how it works in sports is, I'm sure, and a lot of other sports, there's been 2 or 3 athletes that all push each other to raise their game, and that's how it is in disc golf. It's no different.
Yeah.
It's a grind sometimes. You got to practice in the off season. You got to execute during the season, and make sure all the variables add up when they need to, and make that clutch shot when you know you need it. So that's what sports is all about. And I think we both have that clutch gene, and it's awesome that when we both battle, that we're both bringing out that emotion and that amazing shot making ability.
Yeah, you definitely elevate each other's games. You make it even better. One shot after another on top of each other. We're here at the DD factory as we speak. You were talking about hustling this off season. There's been some off season hustle for you as well.
Yeah, I've been talking and working with Dynamic on this new contract, and it's super exciting, not just for me but the sport of disc golf to show the sport and show all the outsiders that may just be getting involved in disc golf that there's a future for them, there's a future for their kids, and there's a future in this sport to make money and make a great living. And that's exactly what I'm most excited about, to raise the bar for the sport. I'm thankful to be a face for the sport, and I'm thankful now that I can represent my contract publicly to people and help everybody else out and help validate it in so many people's minds.
And you're only 28 years old. You're talking about elevating an entire sport, talking about signing one of the most lucrative contracts in the game. Do you think that's made you grow up faster? Like where are you at now? Because you definitely don't feel like a 28-year-old.
Yeah, I think that being on tour and all the variables that it takes to travel around the world, play and compete at the highest level week in and week out since I'm 17 years old is something to where I've learned so many life lessons, not just on the disc golf course but outside, and how it is to travel and grow up as an adult, starting as a young kid, being 17, working your way through your late teens into your early 20s. There's a lot of life transformations that disc golf helped me learn. The people around it, there's so many great people in the sport that help you grow as a person, grow as an athlete, grow as a disc golfer maybe. And I'm just thankful to be around the community, and I'm looking forward to doing so many things with foundations and different things that I can do to give back to the community and also those people that help me out.
Yeah, you're looking forward to starting a foundation of your own. Is that something that you can talk about?
Yeah, so we're doing a Sake Bomb foundation where we're going to be doing, the first initiative is going to be the First Putt initiative, where we're going to be supplying over 100 schools with 100 discs in a basket and sending them off. We're going to be, the PE teachers and the people that are interested are going to send emails to people here at DD, and we're going to approve it and send them 100 discs and 100 discs and a basket to each school for kids to be able to get their first putt. So that's kind of where the name came from. Just trying to get the new generation started and show some support with me now that I have more means with my new contract.
It's crazy to think about what that's going to mean for the game too. We already see 16, 17-year-olds coming in able to compete on the Pro Tour. Gannon Burr comes to mind, but if Ricky Wysocki is putting putters in the hands of children at that early age, who knows where disc golf's going? This is a eventual competition for you that you're, feeding discs.
It is. It creates the next generation earlier than ever, because we've never really, up until the last couple of years, we haven't really, for the most part, been in elementary schools and planted baskets for recess for kids to go out and not just shoot basketball hoops, but throw some putts at recess. And maybe it sparks their interest to check out YouTube videos and go to the local course and just kind of work their way into the disc golf world like we all did. And so it's awesome to give them the opportunity. I know Paul's been working with baskets, putting baskets in underprivileged areas, and that's been amazing. And I want to do my part and give discs to maybe underprivileged areas or all schools in general that may be interested. Yeah,
it's absolutely fantastic. Is it going to be something based here in the United States, or is this an international effort as well?
I think that so far we've just talked about in the U.S., but I mean I will have to talk to some of the board members and see what it all entails. But we're not opposed to doing international. So definitely, if you're an international PE teacher or something and you want to get involved, definitely send us an email and we will. We'll get you, we'll work through the details and hopefully try to get you some as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, you mentioned, starting out at 16, 17. Talk to these people about what it was like for you to tour then, like what that entailed and how you traveled.
Yeah, so I started when I was 16 and really going on tour, playing professional events. And I started in my Honda Accord and I really looked up to, obviously, a lot of the players on tour at the time, Feldberg, Avery Jenkins, Nate Doss, that generation. They paved the way for me and how I looked at the sport, how they treated themselves as professionals and dedicated their life to it. I really respected that. And so I was I'm definitely thankful to this day that they did that, because it allowed me to get where I am at today.
Were you cashing?
So I was bottom level cashing from the start, and I was literally maybe 2 years in, I was playing top pro events and cashing, which was pretty awesome. Obviously at the time it was, I was super pumped about it because I didn't know where my disc golf career was going. I was just pumped that I was going to these top level events and making a little bit of scratch. And so that kind of started me off and gave me some dollar menu money.
No doubt. When it was actually $1.
Yeah, when it was actually $1, not exactly.
Right. So take me back to September 2012. You're in Toledo, Ohio. You just take down your first pro win of your career. A month later, you're 1,000 rated for the first time. 1,004 is what you clicked up to. You never looked back after that moment. What is this ride like now, sitting here?
It's awesome. I think I finished this year at 1054. So looking back at my 1,004 days, it's like, I've grown so much, and I've learned so much that allows me to keep my game and keep my rating, keep everything I strive to be the best at a high level. And Toledo, Ohio was where I started playing a lot of tournaments, and a lot of locals, gave me that boost to say, hey, you should go to, Michigan, to Illinois, to all these local states to play tournaments and compete in. So the local community was super helpful when I was at that level, and pushed me to really push myself. And that's sometimes what it takes to step outside your comfort zone. That's always what I like to say is, the good things happen when you step outside your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to put all your eggs in one basket if you really want to get what you're striving for. And that's what it took with me. Is packed up everything, slept in my car, put all my eggs in the disc golf basket, and it paid off.
I think I've heard you say that patience was a key in that, that effort and that attempt to get on tour and make it on tour, become a professional.
Yeah, I think patience is a good word to explain me and my life, because when I was growing up, it was like, yeah, I'm in my car, sleeping in my car, and yeah, of course, when you're in the moment, you don't want to continue doing that. So it's hard to be patient and say, yeah, I'm eating off the dollar menu, sleeping in my car. You want to get better as soon as possible, so that way you can upgrade to a Motel 6, instead of your car.
Start eating Wendy's.
Yeah, instead of Wendy's and McDonald's. Yeah, maybe bump up to Applebee's one day. Yeah. So that's something that I definitely remember, is not trying to push the envelope and trying to play outside of my skill set, because when you're 1,004 rated playing with the top players in the world, there's a gap there, and you have to be patient and work your way up. You don't just jump up. As much as, it may seem like that to the public, I still had to work my way up to get to that level. So patience was something that was really hard, and it's hard when stuff doesn't go your way, or you're not playing as well as you wanted, or your life's maybe not going as planned, and there's some bumps. But that's why patience is a good word for me, because it applies to disc golf, my touring life growing up, and in life in general.
Your journey, your adventure. So at what point during all of this did you say to yourself, like, maybe I could be the best putter in the world? Like, maybe I could show people a type of putting that they've never seen before. Maybe I could hit every single putt that I looked at in a round, and it wouldn't be a crazy thing. Like, to a bunch of people, that's a mind-blowing thought.
Yeah, so I remember just hanging out in Feldberg's backyard, where he set up this little contraption where it was like a board right in front of me, kind of low. And so I had to like go under this, but like over the next board in front of me. So like a low board, then a high board. So I had to like go under this one and over the next one without hitting my arm on the boards. So that's what kind of shaped my putt to go like under and then back up and under kind of putt, to where I had to go under this board, over that one.
And Dave was using that as well?
Dave, yeah. So I emulated Dave a lot, Feldberg. Okay. He helped me a lot. I emulated him. I just saw how consistent he was with the putter, and he won his world title a similar time to when I was growing up. Yeah. And I've always just looked up to Dave as, he's a great public speaker. He's a great advocate for the sport, and he's a great player. He's still a great player, and he was an amazing player even 5-10 years ago. So, have you ever seen that contraption anywhere else? Is this something Dave made up in his backyard? It is, yeah. Dave's a mad scientist when it comes to stuff like that. He's very smart, and he's well calculated in stuff that he does. So it's fitting that came from Dave. Yeah. What was the point of the motion? Like, I understand what you were trying to do, but like, what's the added benefit to it? So I think it was to get the height of the putter. I think that when you do a certain arm movement, you get a certain like arc on the putter, and so I think that's what's unique with me, is I get like the putter comes out of my hand how I shape it, and it like goes up and then kind of comes back down. Yeah, and people at home, like if you don't know what he's talking about, watch some video. It is insane to stand behind Rick Wysocki and watch those putts go in, because for like the first quarter of it, you're not even sure where it's going. You obviously know, but the viewer doesn't. It looks like it's going nose down, but it's all the angle and the leverage with my fingers on the bottom and how I'm spinning it. It's just so different. And I try to tell people, and I try to explain to people, some people get it, but it's just something to where it's so unique to me, and it just fits my, I guess, body type. I'm long and lanky, got long fingers, so I can leverage the putter in different ways than some people. And so I think that the fact that I have long fingers and can actually hold like almost half the disc allows me to leverage and do certain things with the putter that actually helps me make long putts and gets more spin, and which holds the putter straighter, and I can control that longer. And so all that stuff makes it such a difference. But I just remember Feldberg, the little contraption in his backyard, starting off with that, and then working my way to the course, where I'm just sitting there envisioning that there's something in front of me, like the boards, like I did in his backyard. Yeah, you continue to visualize that even when they weren't there. Exactly. So a lot of what you just said, your hands, the length of your arms, that's not something that the people at home can emulate. What is a piece of advice you'd give people when it comes to putting? So I think that something that you can do, even if whether you have long, short, medium-sized fingers, is a lot of people don't leverage the bottom of the putter as much as they think like the top. They gotta like have certain thumb pressure, certain wrist snap, but you can get a lot of spin on the putter if you have a good grip on the putter, almost like when you see like pizza places where you're tossing up the pizza and they're spinning it and it flies up and it circles and comes back. That's actually a very good analogy to how you throw a putt, because you're getting the spin like you would on a pizza, except you're comboing that with a forward motion. So you're getting the upward motion with your fingers like you would pop, and then you're comboing that with up and forward. So you're getting the up motion and then forward. It's all like boom, boom. It's all one. You can barely tell, but it's all.
You can't tell when it's happening in
real time. It's just like such a split second, boom, boom.
You're like, dude, Ricky Wysocki just did magic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and so you parlay that into a solid arm movement to where you're extending your arm at the same spot every time, and you're getting that leverage from your fingers. It just minimizes the variables to them, and I'm getting the spin without snapping my wrist. So it's basically just this. I'm opening up my arm and stopping it at a certain point to where I can control where it hits.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to beat the putter to like a dead horse, but I'm thinking of like your starting routine. You come real far back. You've got your legs spread out a little wider. I think you're a little lower than most people. Like what is all the length and the time before doing for you?
So it's just a timing. So it's getting my arm to be able to like get a lot of like. So your arm mostly gives you like accuracy because you're like aiming and guiding your arm towards the basket, but it's also giving you a little bit of power. If you're getting a long lanky stance and getting a good reach back, you're getting that momentum with your arm as well as the momentum and leverage with the spin with your fingers. Gotcha. So it's kind of a little bit of both. And once you can time your arm with your fingers, and when your fingers pop towards the basket, if you pop them too early and your arm doesn't extend altogether, it's going to fall out early or late, and that's when you start missing left or right. But once you start getting the timing right, which comes with practice and all that other stuff that I like, hard work, dedication. Yeah. But that is the big reason why I do that is a timing thing and to get extra power on the putt because you're getting that long swing with your arm.
Yeah, I just had a memory pop into my head in Belton. You're staying at an Airbnb with Austin and Kat, and you're out back practicing 50-footers. I'm trying to figure out skins for that week or whatever. We want to see if you want to get down. So I pop outside, and I see, putter go into the basket, and I peek around the corner, throw another 50-footer, putter into the basket. I just stand there. Like, you've obviously seen my head around the corner, but you hit like 6 or 7 in a row, and you come over, you're dripping sweat. This is like your second 2-hour session of the day. You say you're going to play in skins or whatever, and I go back inside, just mind-blowing, dude. Okay, what is it? How do you continue to have the motivation to practice for those hours and hours every day?
So I like this question because it kind of makes me think also, but it's something to where I know what it takes to be that good of a player, that good of a putter. So it's kind of like it makes it easier to practice a lot because I know that that's what you need. There's no shortcut for it. It's not like you can just because I've done it in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen in the future unless I work for it. It doesn't. It's just like anything. You have to work hard, and there's no shortcut for hard work, like they always say. And that's perfectly translatable because as soon as you stop, your timing may not be good, or this, something might be off a little bit. And so for me, it's easier to work hard because I know I've been through the process and I know what it takes to keep my putting and my game overall at a high level. Yeah. And so that alone is enough for me to say, hey, that's my life. I practice all day, every day, work out, stretch, and anything to optimize my body and allow me to make long putts, throw long drives, and play good disc golf. That's pretty much all that really, majority of what matters to me. Yeah.
Speaking about optimizing your body, you've gone through a bit of a diet change in the past few years. You're like one of the healthiest eaters I know now. You smash meat and veggies, and it's impressive what you've been doing. How has that affected your game, do you think?
It's affected my game in such a great way because it's eating clean and working with a nutritionist. That's just goes to the fact that I'm treating myself and my body like a true professional would, which is what I'm getting paid like one. I am one, so why not treat myself like one? That's what you got to do. And optimizing your body is something that's super important to me. It helps me play healthy. It helps me play longer, and helps my joints and everything just stay healthier.
Do you feel like your focus is better?
Yeah, helps your mental clarity. Helps my mental clarity for sure. I notice my focus levels and energy levels are super high all the time, and that's something that's important to me. Obviously, being on the course, playing long tournaments, long seasons, with back-to-back weekends, you got to be fit. You got to stretch a lot, and working with disc golf, strong, working out, doing all the different things I do to keep injuries away and keep my body limber.
What are some of the foods that you avoid now?
So I pretty much stick to like whole food, plant-based diets where I eat lots of broccoli, cauliflower, salads. I'll eat some clean steaks, chicken, and eat some smooth. I like smoothies a lot like kale and almond butter and that kind of stuff, and make like a protein powder, mix it up and blend it up and make a nice protein smoothie. So I like that kind of stuff. Yogurts. I try to eliminate sugars. That's something where it's it's something that's tough to do because it's in everything.
Yeah.
But
it's so good.
It is. It's so good, and it's. But yeah, it's an inflammatory food, and it inflames your joints and inflames your body. It's like a stressor on your body. So the more broccoli, the more veggies, the more clean meats you can eat, and the less processed sugars, processed anything, anything that's in a box. Like they always say, shop on the outside of the grocery store. You got milk, you got eggs, you got, produce, you got nuts and seeds. So I just keep it simple. Try not to eat anything out of a box. Try to stay away from wheat and real carby foods like that, wheat and corn, and so yeah, working with my nutritionist really open up my eyes to what I should be eating as a top level athlete, how to optimize my body, and how to make sure that everything I eat has nutritional value for my body, whether it's gaining muscle or giving cognitive brain function better, eating supplements, and so there's just so much that goes into it.
You're not wasting anything that's going into your body. You're making sure it's going to put you at the top level. It's going to add to what you're trying to do.
Exactly. And so it's just like anything, your body, if you're eating foods that your body gets no nutritional value from, you're like processed anything, you're eating the food and your body has to break it down, do all this stuff, and it gets no nutritional value from it. But if you eat broccoli, veggies, or meat, you're breaking down the meat, getting protein, iron, and all the other vitamins and minerals that your body needs. It works, gets the nutrients and minerals, and then gets rid of it. Yeah. Versus like any other processed food, it's like working a job and not getting paid for it. That's the good analogy that I like to use. So you want to make sure that your body is optimized in that way. It's where it's getting all the nutrients and
getting paid for that work.
Exactly. Everyone wants to be.
All right, switching subjects a little bit. You are a 2-time world champion. You're the best putter alive. You just signed one of, if not the most lucrative deals in disc golf. What's going to keep you motivated over the next 5-10 years to continue to stay at this level that you've shown us you can be at?
It's a tough question because obviously I don't know what the future holds, but I know what the immediate future, as far as this year leading up to next year, maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, is the practice and the responsibility that I take for everything I do, from eating the food to getting the practice reps on the putting green, to field work, to doing ice baths, to all the different things that directly link to playing well. And just like I said, with everything I eat, there's a purpose and reason why I eat it. Same reason, like there's a reason why I work out. There's a reason why I eat healthy and do ice baths, and there's just like there's a reason why I practice all the time, because I know it directly relates and correlates to playing well, week in, week out, having a good season, having a good career, having a good legacy in the sport.
Yeah, fantastic answer. That was kind of along the same lines, but now actually switching subjects. You've got an opportunity now to help design and actually implement some new molds, maybe some tweaks on some old molds. How much are you looking forward to doing that?
That's going to be great. So we're coming out with me and Rusko, the owner of Dynamic. Jeremy Rusko, yeah. We're in his office right now.
Yeah, we are right now.
So we are working on coming out with the Saki Bomb line of discs, and some of them may be variations of discs I already throw, and just a little bit of tweaks, because some of the discs in their lineup and a lot of the discs are great already. Yeah. Maybe I need to tweak it a little bit to fit my game, fit my arm speed, and so that's something. And then we're going to be making completely new molds with new names, which is exciting. We'll probably stick with the bomb line, which is going to be different types of bombs maybe. So we're not fully set on that yet, but I think that's the naming of the line of discs is going to be.
How much have you liked the creativity and just the freedom that you're getting to do that sort of thing?
That's super refreshing, because Dynamics being their new company, Rusko's, he's only 38 years old, which is pretty impressive to have this big of a company at that young of an age. Insane. It is awesome. It's amazing, and I think that's goes back to the core of the company. They're new, they're innovative, they're open to new things, they're keeping up with the times in the sport. And I think that's what's super important to me, is them realizing the value that I bring as an athlete, as a brand, as an influencer, and what I can do to obviously grow their brand, but grow disc golf, grow my brand, and grow disc golf as a whole, being a big influencer in the sport. And I think that they realize that, and they want to put a lot of time and effort into helping me be me.
Yeah. There was a couple year stretch there where it felt like Dynamic didn't really have that horse, like that juggernaut. You know, it feels like they've got one now.
Yeah, I think the culture's changed for sure. I mean, you see it with just like anything. You see NFL teams where they don't really have that anchor on the team, to that star quarterback or star receiver to anchor the team and fire up the team and give, you know, the motivation to the team. I feel like I'm that, and
Yeah.
I'm super thankful for that, because now we got Kona. We're gonna have a lot of other players. You got Gavin. You got tons of talent on this team. Matty O. So there's just, I feel like now the team, if you're using the NFL analogy, is changing. There's lots of talent, lots of players that have already proved themselves, that are out here trying to represent the brand and show and make good performances for Dynamic. And so I talked to Rusko about it. He said that he admitted that he let it slip, the player side, and he needed a refresh. And so he got a lot of new players, a lot of new talent, and trying to rejuvenate the brand. And I think that he's got the right players, and we are definitely going to do that and show everybody that, they're a great company with lots of great products, and we're here to show that.
Yeah, not only just a company, but a family almost, it feels around here. So I guess this is the first time that I've ever interviewed a millionaire here on the Go Throw Show, man. How does that feel? And just how does that sound?
It's pretty. It still hasn't really set in, I guess. I haven't officially got a paycheck yet, so it's. I think that's part of it. It's obviously, but it's super exciting to be able to share this with the public. Like I said, I think that's the most exciting thing, is to see how people react that aren't disc golfers, that are like you always tell people, like, it's a real sport. We want to be respected like it's a real sport. And now,
and like, how much did you make?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I made 5,000 at this tournament, 2,000 at this tournament. It's like
you're like
not that impressive.
I did the math. That's not great.
Right. You're like, it only shows like X amount on my PDJ, but I promise I make more than that. So it's just now, just to be like boom and say, hey, this is guaranteed money. We're Dynamics working hard to make it worth it for them, worth it for me. I'm working hard as an athlete to promote, to win tournaments and pull my weight in that direction. So it's awesome to, for everybody involved, and it helps the general public. It helps people that are coming up to give something to work towards. If you're a rookie, if you're Gannon, if you're Gavin and all these other players, it's like, they're trying to become who I am in 5 or 10 years. And so it adds that extra motivation, like, hey, this keeps you going. Like, there's a total future here.
There's a legit possibility that you could sign $1 million contract for disc golf.
It's not out of the question.
Doing it.
And so, 4 years, $4 million is, it's truly amazing, and I'm thankful that Rusko saw the value in me, and now my motivation is to prove him that it was worth it for both parties. And I think it is. That's the most important thing, is he's willing to pay me that much. I'm willing to settle for that much, and it's going to be, like I said, worth it for both people. And that's it's like I said, it's gonna ask me maybe in a couple months, it might set in a little bit more.
Right. It's got to set in a little bit. As I think about it, though, $4 million for a year, it sounds like, and I think it's true when I say this, that's the best contract in disc golf. You'll have a chance to sign 1, possibly 2 more deals before Paul Mcbeth, the only other player making $1 million a year, has a chance to sign his second deal.
Yeah, I think that's, the biggest thing is, I got $4 million and I'm only 28. My next contract's going to be 32. Me, the way I take care of myself, the way I, eat healthy and do all the things I need to, my due diligence to prolong my career. I see myself playing until I'm 40. And so, that allows me to capitalize on hopefully more contracts with DD once we ride out this deal, and hopefully both see the value that I brought to the table. And so that's amazing. The fact that I have this, 8 more potentially years at least, and on top of that, you know, a $250,000 signing bonus, which is going to be cash. You know, I don't know what Paul's was, but that's pretty big too. You know, and so. Yeah, that's
We going to the Galleria or what?
Yeah,
where we headed to the Porsche dealership?
I did release a Porsche video, so I may have to reach back out and see what model I want now.
I saw that. Yeah, how fun was that?
That was awesome. So we got there's a disc golfer that worked at Porsche. That's how it was in Atlanta, the Porsche Motor Speedway, or I think that's what it was called. So you could drive around with their professional drivers, and we got to drive around some of their latest, greatest Porsche models.
Dude.
And I've always thought the Porsche Cayenne turbos, they're super fast, super roomy, SUV ones. They allow for the disc golf lifestyle to happen in, whereas a regular Porsche is maybe too small. You can carry some gear, you can carry some, you know, a couple weeks worth of stuff in the back of the SUV as opposed to a regular like 911.
All right, you might see Rick rolling up in a Cayenne next year. Something fresh, something fast. That's right. What else have you been doing with your videos and working on lately?
So I've been working a lot of, obviously I've spent a couple days here with Dynamic, filming a lot of content, working through all the details. But yeah, mostly I've just been putting all my, you know, dedication and stuff into working out this deal. Obviously with Ari, she's my tour manager. She's helped out a ton. Yeah. She's been an addition to my camp that's helped me negotiate this deal, handle all the emails that go back and forth with all the details between DD and between me. So she's the point of communication that takes some stress off of me during the season, answering back and forth with sponsors, and then she kind of just translates to me, hey Rick, you need to post this, you need to do this. So she's changing the culture, and I think you'll see a lot more tour managers, I guess you would call her.
I was just going to ask. You think that we're going to see more of them, especially with how well Ari's doing for you?
Yeah, I think people are seeing how well she fits into the tour, into my lifestyle, and how much she helps.
Relieve stress.
Stress for me to be able to do what I do, practice, play, and compete at the highest level. And all the other noise, the contracts, the emailing, the this, that, the other. So that all is sidetracks you from what we're good at. And she's great at communication. She's great at emails. Great hard worker, and that's what she's good at. So it allows everybody on the team to do what they're good at.
Yeah. Shout out to Ari. She's also got good hugs.
She is a great hugger.
She gets some good hugs.
At Dynamic Discs, we offer affordable custom stamping to help your company, club, event, or tour stand out from the rest. We can use your own design, or we'll work with you to design a stamp that captures the tone of your event. We'll get your discs stamped quickly and on their way within 3 weeks. If you're ordering for an event, you may qualify for one of our sponsorship tiers as well. Discs are listed at our best pricing with a minimum 50 disc order with a 10 disc minimum per mold. We have junior and mini discs available as well. For all the information you need, head over to dynamicdiscs.com or email custom@dynamicdiscs.com.
All right. In addition to doing some disc designing, you're also going to be doing some kart designing this year. Is that right? You had the kart that you pulled around for years now, and you're going to have a custom one?
Yeah, so we're working with Zuca to actually make a box-style kart to where there's no bag that you have to use. It's just basically you put your disc straight into the kart. It's going to be a lower center of gravity, whereas most of the bag karts are a little bit taller.
It makes the sitting weird when it's up there tall like that.
Yeah, I like it a little lower. I think they asked me, since I'm tall, do you like the lower seat? But I think I actually like it better. It's more natural instead of sitting up way up high. Yeah. So I like the lower center of gravity. I like that, you can have the box. We're going to make a kart to where you can have interchangeable sides, to where it's like a bag, or you can get different colors.
Customizable.
Yeah, customizable. And so that's super exciting. So Zuca's been really good to work with. We were just, I was just in the office with one of the product developers and working through and talking to Bruce at Zuca and designing the new kart. And so that's going to be new to the Zuca lineup, and it's something that I feel like I've branded really well with me always using karts. Yeah. So it kind of pairs the two together. Totally. It brings my branding to the table, and it brings a gap in the Zuca kart lineup.
Have you talked to Yuli at all? I guess he's the only other person I know that's got a custom kart.
Yeah.
They're going on.
Yeah, I know Yuli's sponsored by Zuca. He talks to Bruce and stuff a lot, and I know he just got a contract with them, which is super awesome. Sorry.
It's a long day.
Yeah. Yuli, the contract he's got is awesome, and he's always been a kart guy, and it's a different style of kart that he uses, but that's the beauty of Zuca is they're going to have a variety of different karts that appeal to pretty much any kart people that are out there.
Yeah, if your back's hurting, if you don't like pocket.
You're good, yeah.
I looked at Chris and the game. All right, so 2022 Worlds. We are coming back to this exact town that we're sitting in right now. What's that going to be like playing for the home crew again? Because we were here in 2016 when you won your first World Championship.
Yeah, Emporia's they're gonna. I'm talking to McCabe. He's designing a specific course that's gonna be at Jones. I think we're gonna probably play Country Club, and a new renovated Jones layout. So we're gonna probably play 2 courses, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be. We come back here for the Dynamic Disc Open every year,
Right.
and now we're coming back for Worlds. So we're gonna be here twice in a year, which is
It's been like 3-4
crazy.
weeks here.
Yeah, that's a long time, and so I'll be able to be around the Dynamic family and everybody involved. But it's gonna be a little emotional. I know that, winning my first Worlds here means a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'll be able to step on the property that I did that, and may hopefully be able to carry some of that momentum that I had in 2016 into now, and put on a show for the hometown sponsors.
Yeah. Pull up some of the same feels that you had from 16.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. They're also talking about the possibility of 2023 World Championships being at Eagles Crossing, the new course in between St. Louis and Columbia, Missouri. Have you heard any talks about that?
Yeah, that I've heard a lot about it. I haven't played it, but I just heard that the design and the landscape is just ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play it sometime this year on tour and get back to you on it. But I know there's a lot of fun shots, and
We're
it's a
going to be
great
hosting
course.
some skins matches out there this year. Maybe we just
Oh,
pull Rick
that's
in.
I want to be in that one. Get me on.
I think there's like an
Count me
extra
in.
10K added
Is
or
there?
something like that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Consider Rick added.
Yep.
You'll see him at Eagles Crossing this year. Schedules can work out.
Oh yeah, I'm in. Let's get it.
What else is there that we need to
Catch
touch
up on?
Yeah.
See here.
I feel like
You're coming, most
we should all look at the camera and tell Kevin Jones to stop playing video games, but
Stop playing Fortnite, Kev. Start putting and get on your game.
Kev, come on now.
Is he really playing Fortnite?
Yeah.
He's on the Fortnite?
He's on the Fortnite.
3 years
He's
late.
like a Fortnite crackhead right now.
Drop an Epic Games ad.
Shout out to Epic Games. Thank you guys for supporting our program. Go check them out. If you haven't played Rocket League, click the link below. Free to download. You know the rules.
Yeah, Epic Games is definitely for everybody, but Kevin, you're a top level athlete. You got to get out there and practice.
That's great. That'll be great. All right, so you loved the harp, the felon. You were throwing the dagger last time that you were sponsored by Latitude. DD, you still have the possibility of throwing that stuff, but there's some other options as well now. Do you know what you're going to be throwing yet?
Yeah, so we got a whole shipment of discs coming from Sweden, harps, daggers, and that stuff's going to be here, I think, tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's going to be here in the warehouse. It'll be around. We're definitely expecting a big push for all the discs that I'm throwing, and I'm excited to share with everybody what I'm throwing. But it's going to be a lot of harps, a lot of daggers, and we'll be sure to check out dynamicdisc.com, and we'll be able to upload inventory. I'm going to be posting about it on my socials and updating everybody on release dates, new discs coming out, and so we have a big media plan that will keep you guys better communication than ever with what's going on with me, with my brand, and everything going on.
That's awesome. Where can people, have you figured out where that's all going to be at?
Yeah, so dynamicdisc.com, I know that'll be there, and then SakiBomb13 is my Instagram, so that's where people can, we're going to be posting links and all kinds of updates on when discs are arriving here, when they're going live in public, and all that stuff. So that's going to be a good way to keep up and get your hands on the latest, greatest
Subscribe up. Go follow them right now if you're not already. What are we going to see you traveling in this year?
So I like to do clinics sometimes. I like to do store signings. We're going to be doing a lot of that stuff still, but I'll still have my van. I'll probably have a trailer with it, and I'll be having, like I said, full of Sake Bomb discs, dynamic discs, harps, and all kinds of goodies. And we'll be, like I said, running tournaments, setting up booths, and at a lot of the Pro Tour events and Pro Tour stops.
Out of all the tournaments you won last year, could be Elite Series, could be Silver Series, what tournament are you looking forward to going back and defending?
I would say Ledgestone.
Yeah.
I think Ledgestone was, obviously with me and Calvin kind of tying for
That
the
was
win. That was
crazy,
a little weird.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, we had a lightning delay at some point that turned into a permanent lightning delay, and you and Calvin both tied. So yeah, finishing that off.
Yeah, no. So that was very weird and strange, and we both won technically, but I want to go back there, and it would actually be my third time because I won in 2020, 2021, and I want to win in 2022. So that'd be 3 years in a row to win Ledgestone. That's amazing. One of the biggest events we got on tour.
Yeah, it is. It is payout wise. It's as big as any
Field
tournament
wise,
that's not Worlds. Yeah.
And so that's a great one to win, and it's feels great because it's such a good compromise of courses.
It is.
You got Northwoods, it's super wooded.
What did you think about the variation that we had this year?
I liked it. I think it was great. I think it was a major quality course that you can really. It takes a lot of shots to you have to you have to execute all your shots to get birdies. On some of the par fours, there's no easing your way into a birdie. You got to throw a great shot, a great upshot, and then make a good putt more times than not to make a birdie. And it bogeys and pars and doubles are definitely in question.
Yeah.
Whereas some courses were good enough to where it takes that out of the equation.
Yeah. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, what course is harder than Northwood Black? Is there one?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, Maple Hill when it had, more teeth maybe, it was really up there to par maybe. But yeah, I mean, Northwood's a good round. You can shoot 3, 4, or 5 under, and that's a great round.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And so there's not that many courses that challenge us to par like that, to where, if you shoot 1 under even, you're not out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So most courses, if you're shooting even 1 under, you're losing by 10, 12
You already lost.
Yeah.
So that's thinking about next week.
It's hard to get a course that's not it's not stupid mandos and stupid angles all over the place. That's it's fair but still challenging. That's what Northwood offers.
Yeah, it seems like some of those shorter courses kind of turn into putting contests, which isn't a bad thing for you.
Yeah.
But you're also so good at playing the really hard courses as well, which will probably suit you well when it comes time to play Eagles Crossing 2023 Worlds. That course, I think Andrew Presnell won a tournament at 2 under par this year or something like that.
That's crazy.
I mean, it was barely under par, and that's just the normal layout there. That guy's making the course better and better as we speak. 750K dropped already. It's the best course in the world, and we can't wait to host Worlds at it. And for a player of your caliber, it's going to be amazing to see what you can do out there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've heard a lot about it, and it sounds like it's going to score something similar to Northwoods, but it's a totally different set of skill set that you need to play that course. It's going to be bombers with raised up greens and all kinds of cool landscapes. Like you said, spending that much money on a course, that's going to be amazing to see all that hard work paid off in the landscape.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable to think that $750,000 was put into a course, because the nice courses we see nowadays, $20, $30, maybe $50,000 was put into it, and then we think it's just absolutely incredible. And this is, tenfold. It'd be amazing to see. Yeah,
it's going to be awesome. It sounds like it's definitely worthy of Worlds, and can't wait to play a GK Pro Skins match there and get ready for Worlds.
Yeah. All right, I've got a funny question for you. Are there ever times when you jam 40 plus, maybe 50, 60 footer, and you just feel like strutting it in, nice and easy and walking it in, but there's that little bit of pressure to do the Raptor legs?
Yeah, there is. Sometimes I'm in between, should I do it or should I wait till later in the tournament to do it, or should I just do it all the time? So I see some people that are every time you make a long putt, just do the Raptor legs. So it's kind of branded in for me now, it's a part of me. And so I think I'm just going to start doing it every time I make a putt outside of 40 feet.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to start doing it. The
Just
Raptor range putts. Yeah, just do a little bit. You don't do full blown. Yeah, save the full blown one for 40-foot putt for the win,
Yeah, dude. Like Santa Cruz.
Yeah, exactly. That was the perfect moment. That's where it started. It originated there, and it was just natural. I didn't know what I was doing. Someone just called it Raptor legs that I ran. I was all excited, ran into the basket with all the emotion.
High knees
in it, yeah. And that's how it started. Just someone called it Raptor legs.
Insane, man. Think back to that tournament for me for a second. And that was a battle, you and Paul, all the way. And what a hole to end it on. He throws a better tee shot than you. And so you put the pressure on him with that putt. I mean, that's a pivotal point in your career, I think, isn't it?
100% was. I mean, he'd won a lot of the Masters Cups up until then.
Yeah.
He plays De La really well.
Yeah.
He's won that tournament a ton.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to start winning, and that was the perfect way to do it. I think that was a big point in my career where I started winning a lot of tournaments. I think it was either before or after I won Worlds, but it was 2016. I won a lot of tournaments, played really well, and and basically just took hold of my disc golf career and started winning. I was done living in the shadow, and I just broke through and won a lot of tournaments. 2016, 2017, up until this year, I'm starting to win a lot. So, I'm 28 years old, and I've got a lot of tournaments ahead of me, and it's exciting for me to have this career, have this amazing support system at Dynamic, and an amazing, healthy career in front of me.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing where Ricky Wysocki goes from here. Thank you for sitting down with us. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you on Skin soon.
Yes, thank you GK Pro for filming me and doing this. This is awesome to be able to speak my mind, and thank you for bringing out the best in me.
Yeah, big thanks to Flight Factory Discs for making all of this possible. We'll see you guys next time.
Cool.